January 6, 2011, MIT police tackle a 24-year-old on the sidewalk. In his bag, a hard drive stuffed with 4.8 million academic articles. 1 week later, federal prosecutors stack 13 felony counts, up to 35 years, for downloading research papers. Then they realize who they've arrested. This isn't some random hacker. He co-created Reddit. He helped architect RSS, the backbone of news feeds everywhere. Millionaire by 19, folk hero by 24. Months earlier, he helped rally the entire internet. Wikipedia, Google, 115,000 sites to stop Congress's online censorship bill. His trial is set for April 1st, 2013. He never makes it. 11 weeks before, he's found dead in his Brooklyn apartment. The internet erupts. His father blames the government. The law that cornered him, still on the books, still ruining lives.
But who was Aaron Swartz?
A programmer willing to risk everything for free knowledge. And how did downloading research papers become a potential life sentence? Year 2000. Aaron is 14 when he ships core code for RSS 1.0, the plumbing that sends news to your browser. While most teens are learning Algebra 2, Aaron is literally shaping how information flows online. At 19, his startup Infogamy merges into a quirky social news site, Reddit. The acquisition makes him wealthy. But the corporate grind? Not his orbit. He leaves, pulled by a bigger mission. He walks into a public library in Illinois and opens PACER, Public Access to Court Electronic Records, 8 cents per page for public domain court documents. He writes a script, leverages trial access at 17 libraries, and downloads 19 million pages in 6 weeks. The FBI sniffs around, then backs off. Legally murky, not clearly criminal. The close call doesn't scare him straight. It radicalizes him. That summer, he publishes the Guerrilla Open Access Manifesto. Information is power, and the world's scientific heritage is being locked up by a handful of private corporations. It becomes a rallying cry for the open access movement. Which brings us to JSTOR, a non-profit archive with millions of scholarly papers locked behind university paywalls. Aaron sees a ransom on knowledge and plots a rescue. 2010. MIT's network is famously open. Ethernet jacks in hallways, libraries, labs. Aaron, then a fellow at Harvard Center for Ethics, has legitimate JSTOR credentials. But he isn't doing a literature review. He's trying to liberate research. He writes a Python script to automate bulk downloads. JSTOR notices bandwidth spikes, blocks his IP. He switches, blocked again. Cat and mouse escalates until JSTOR temporarily blocks MIT's entire IP range, cutting off real students.
MIT is watching too.
Aaron goes physical. In an MIT building, he finds an unlocked wiring closet, tucks a tiny Acer netbook and external drive behind a switch, plugs straight into the network, and lets the script run headless. Over weeks, it vacuums millions of PDFs, physics, history, biology, the knowledge of centuries, funneled through a dark closet and a single script. January 4th, 2011, MIT staff find the device. They install a motion-activated camera to catch whoever's swapping drives. January 6th, 8:42 a.m. A figure in a white helmet enters, swaps disks, leaves. Minutes later, police move in. Handcuffs. The Secret Service cyber unit reads, "Miranda rights on the sidewalk." He posts bail the same day. Jace Tor gets everything back and declines to press civil charges.
You think the story ends there?
A 1986 anti-hacking law with fuzzy edges around unauthorized access and exceeding authorization. July 11th, 2011. A federal grand jury indicts Aaron, wire fraud, computer fraud, obtaining information from a protected computer, 35 years and heavy fines. In 2012, prosecutors add 9 more felonies, 13 counts total, theoretical exposure up to 50 years. The tech world protests. Legal scholars call it overreach. Jace Tor isn't pushing it. MIT stays officially neutral. Prosecutors offer a deal. Plead guilty to 1 felony, do 6 months, live forever with the felon label. Aaron refuses, because for him, taking that deal doesn't just end his case. While battling 13 felonies, Aaron spots a bigger threat. He co-founds Demand Progress and pushes a radical idea, an internet blackout. January 18th, 2012. Over 115,000 websites join. Wikipedia goes dark. Imagine a world without free knowledge. Google blacks out its logo. Reddit shuts off and routes to Congress's phone lines. Millions call. By the next day, support collapses. The bills are shelved. For one bright moment, Aaron Swartz, the indicted hacker, helps organize the largest online protest in history. But victories don't erase indictments. The case marches on. The plea deal still demands a felony. He still refuses. Winter 2012 to 13. Brooklyn. Outwardly, Aaron tries to stay hopeful. Inwardly, the weight is crushing. Friends, family, beg him to take a deal. But the sticking point isn't months in prison. It's the label
That will follow him for life.
January 11th, 2013. Aaron dies by suicide at home. He was 26. Vigils erupt. Boston, San Francisco, New York, London. MIT launches an internal review. Critics say neutrality wasn't enough. The Justice Department is blasted for prosecutorial overreach. It sparks debate, gains attention, stalls in committee. The prosecutions end only because Aaron is gone. The conversation he forced doesn't. Here's what changed and what didn't. Universities expanded open access repositories. Jace Tor added limited free reading. Major newsrooms deployed SecureDrop, the whistleblower platform Aaron helped build. A new generation of programmers and librarians pushed open access forward. Sometimes controversially, sometimes courageously. Not changed enough. The CFAA, the same blunt instrument, remains powerful, still used in cases that blur the line between curiosity, research, and crime. Aaron Swartz was a prodigy who asked a simple question with complicated consequences. Who owns knowledge? And at what cost do we enforce that ownership? If this story matters to you, share it. And stay vigilant anytime lawmakers try to swap the open web for a gated one.